All right, let's go to headline number 5. So once again, Chris, headline number 5 is our put it on the spot question from A&M's Dave Ritter.
Why am I always getting this every week?
I don't know, but they like number 5. 5 is like the hot seat for A&M. They love it. Okay, so according to Grocery Dive, Kroger now offers Google Maps pickup at more than 2,000 of its stores. So here's how it works, just for background quick. Shoppers can add orders to their Google Maps, which will remind them when it's time to head to the store and then share their arrival time with the grocer. So like just with your confirmation page, you can click add to Google Maps so that they can start to give you alerts. Now, Chris, Dave from A&M wants to know, how should retailers think of this Google search platform? How should the retailers be thinking of their integrations with Google? Is it search platform, commerce, delivery platform, competitor, all of the above? Like, this is another integration here that we're seeing. How are you thinking about this?
Man, that's a really good question. God, you guys always bring it to me pretty hard. I mean, I think it's a little bit of all of the above.
Okay.
I think first and foremost, you have to look at Google as an advertising platform.
Mhm.
You know, it's how you get key information out to your customer base, you know, in an efficient way. Which that's why with this announcement, first going back to the announcement, then we'll come back to like the position at Google too. I think, you know, this announcement sounded cool to me when I first thought of it.
Yep.
And I think in retrospect, I don't know it's that cool. You know,
Okay.
like I wonder as a consumer, like how many people are actually putting Kroger into their local maps? You know, like they all know where the store is. And so like, why can't I just use geofencing as the retailer or just text the retailer when I'm there or go into the retailer's app and alert them there? Why do I need this extra step of partnering with Google? So that doesn't make a ton of sense to me. But the part that I think is potentially cool, and that's why I think you still have to think about Google in a competitive sense too, is it got me thinking about what could it be?
Mm-hmm.
And it got me thinking about, okay, like what if there was a front face of this whole thing that was similar to Instacart, where I could go onto some Google property and see all the retailers available for delivery or curbside pickup, coordinated by the retailers themselves in some way, shape, or fashion.
Yeah.
And I handled my order through that interface, and Google got a cut of it, sort of like a marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's something Google could build out. They seem to struggle with trying to get to that point in commerce with everything we've talked about.
Right.
But I think it's really there. So it's kind of like one of those frenemy things, which is all too often with the tech companies in terms of how retailers work. But yeah, that's how I would answer that question to David.
Yeah, I think that my answer to that question to David would be like, they're right now, like you said, frenemies, I think is a good word. They're helping you use all the Google properties to collect that information about your customer and share that information back and forth, because the better that information sharing is, the better the experience is for the customer. And really the better it is for both Google and Kroger. Mm-hmm. My dream when I read this is to have like a Domino's pizza tracker for all your curbside pickup orders. So what I love about this is that, you know, I haven't seen the tracker portion of this yet, but my dream is that, you know, if I'm closer than you are to the Ralphs and they see that I'm like circling and my car is running errands around that store, that they would like figure out how to prioritize my pickup order over yours if we both put it in, so that they can like capture that in the same time. And I think you could use Google Maps for something like that.
That's cool.
Because that's, for me, is the biggest flaw still in curbside pickup orders. Mm-hmm. Like, you put the order in, it's ready within 2 hours or within 4 hours. And I think that that's not enough information. Like, you need to be able to say, somebody's picking your order right now. They picked 4 out of 6 items. Like, we have that technology. And so I think that the visibility should be there for the consumer, so that I can be like, okay, I can leave now. I have a half hour's worth of errands to run. I know I can pick up my order. Even though it says 2 hours, it should be ready in the next half hour. So I think having something like that and leveraging Google or Google Maps as a way to integrate that could be really cool. Albertsons is also testing this too. So you got to, you know, I think there's something to this. However, they're both still testing smart cards.
I know, right? Like, I was just going to say that. Like, Albertsons lately
right
seems like they're testing everything. Yeah.
What do we do?
But I see your point there. I see your point. Like, for those that use it, it could lead to some operational efficiencies for the retailer behind the scenes. It could be pretty important. I think the question for me is just, how many people are really using this versus is this just a PR statement that makes it sound cooler?
I bet not a lot of people are using it.
I doubt they are, because everyone knows where their Kroger is.